Raw, Smackdown, WWE, or AEWN. Tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
What's up, wrestling fans? It's Friday night, and we're still watching, but you know, it's that initial start to the show tonight was, man, that was hard to get through. But you know, they've kind of kept a mix of stuff tonight of really kind of sticking to, you know, the relevant stories. And you know, honestly, this is kind of the typical way that WWE, you know, handles tribute shows. In all honesty, LA Knight getting a big victory tonight. LA Knight, big victory. But yeah, this is very much aligned with how, you know, WWE likes to do it. They get Cody come out, you know, and he really puts over and talks about the Terry Funk, you know, years and his father's relationship, and really beautiful tribute to Terry Funk from Cody Rhodes. And then we get the LA Knight Finn Balor match to end it, and a little bit of blood too. And you know, LA Knight kind of like the top face of SmackDown, so going off the air with him. Celebrating Bray. It's still, I gotta be honest, man, it just doesn't feel like this really happened still. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. And at the end here, looks like we're gonna do a little bit of the old, the lights are going out. The lights are going out, guys. The lantern, oh my God, bro, I can't even deal with this. I don't know what they put in the ring, like a kind of an effigy of Bray Wyatt in the ring right now, or an outline of Bray, or is this? I didn't know if I thought it was old footage for a second. Oh, I see. It's old footage on the screen, and then in the ring is the lantern. That's crazy, man. That is. Whew. I just got, dude. I got massive chills all over my body, dude. Yikes. And the last shot of the lantern at the end there. Yeah, you know, it was a very, you know, WWE style and tribute type of thing where, you know, you sort of pay, you know, homage and celebrate the person throughout the night as they kind of try to continue on with the show the way it would go. I did like that they were able to incorporate Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. Obviously, you know, it's not like anybody's life is worth anything different. It's just that, you know, again, you know, Terry had been out of the spotlight for a while. You know, he was older, but yeah, and Bray, like, so that was already something that we knew we were going to, you know, be on to tonight. But with Bray Wyatt, it's still not right. It still doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. I thought AEW handled Brody Lee's passing really, really well. We thought that was an amazing tribute show. It really was amazing. But great tributes throughout the night. I thought they were really good. I thought they did the best they could, too, with, yesterday? This is like and there's Rowan right there. He's got to be the most scared man in the world right now. But despite the fact that Rowan is probably sweating bullets right now, everybody, and I'm sorry about the random Patriots picture. I was watching the game earlier, and I must have clipped a picture of that by accident, so my mistake. But, yeah, I thought it was a nice tribute. I thought it was, those pictures of the family really got me. That was tough. But yeah, it was nice, and they did the best they could last minute too, putting everything together the right way. Obviously, everybody's like in shock still. It's just you're like, we're really going out there to do this? Like, we can't believe it. It's very reminiscent of Eddie Guerrero and that sort of thing. Especially Eddie Guerrero, because it was just like, oh shit, Eddie died in the like, what? And then we went live. And I had very similar feelings to that, to Eddie. I don't know why Owen Hart's was shocking too. And that night, seeing it on the news and everywhere, that was crazy too. And that was that was unreal, but in a weird way, like it was like, I don't know, maybe it's because it was like on air. I was watching it happen. I watched Jim Ross have to deliver news that this guy died, and I did not expect that. We were watching Owen Hart, and it was like, what's going on? Why are the cameras panning away? Why are they talking like they're talking? What is happening right now? And finally when they came back on, it was like, what? And when Jim Ross was like, Owen Hart died, I mean, you didn't think somebody would have died. You were like, oh, what's going on? Like, and you didn't know that was happening. And that was crazy that night. But it happened that night, so you had that whole night that it just, like, it happened in the ring tonight, folks. And, dude, it's crazy when you think about they went out and wrestled in that ring. You know what I mean? Like, he fell from the ceiling, landed in the ring, and then they went and wrestled in that ring, like 20 minutes later. It's just, that was crazy. My mother was telling me it wasn't real. I remember my mother being like, it's all fake. I'm like, I know I understand what you're saying, but I think he's really dead. It was crazy. But Bray Wyatt tonight, nice tribute. Got really these weird, man, it's probably because of what's happened to him and the fact that his character was his character. But I'll tell you, man, it was like chills all night. Some of those clips that they played, just eerie chills, almost like he was coming out or he was going to arrive or, something like that. And that's not the case. It just like, you forget, oh yes, like this is a tribute. I thought he was coming out. I kept feeling that way. It doesn't feel like it's real. It does not feel real. But Terry Funk tribute was great too by Cody. I thought the crowd was stunned. A lot of people were giving the crowd crap. The crowd stunned, And wasn't this Louisville, right? Isn't that where they were tonight? Louisville's never really been a big crazy crowd anyway. Louisville's usually pretty tame out there, I feel like. But the tribute videos really got you. Somebody, I don't know who made this. Someone said it might have been Sportskeeda. I don't know who made it, though. I'd like to know who made it. I don't know who made it, but this was an amazing... it's probably just done on Photoshop, or maybe someone even used the AI, but this looked really good. I don't know who made it, but it looked... this, you might have seen it by now. I think I tweeted it out earlier. I don't know who made it, but it looks really... It's a pretty cool photo. And it's unbelievable still. Like, it's still crazy that Brody's gone. It's like, I don't think it will really set in the right way that, oh yeah, these guys died, like, in their prime from strange illness, from illnesses in their prime. Caught me off guard, caught everybody off guard. Just kind of unreal, I have been, so many people have reached out to me that I haven't talked to in a long time. Like, people have been reaching out to me like crazy, dude. Like OGs of the show from back in the day, people that I haven't talked to in so long have reached out to me to say, like, dude, can you believe this? I remember when I first started watching you back in the day, and you guys talked about the Wyatts a lot, and that everything was hot back then with that stuff, and the Daniel Bryan stuff and everything else, and, like, I can't believe that this happened, and I don't know, man, it's been crazy. It's been crazy, and I've heard a lot from a lot of people, and so glad. Thanks for reaching out. It's good to talk to everybody and to reconnect with a lot of people, and just crazy, man. But I love that pic, man. That's a cool picture. That's a great photo, and yeah, I don't know who did it though. I mean, someone said Sportskeeda shared it, but I don't know who actually made it. But it was obviously rough on the stage, stuff like we said, Undertaker said, like, oh, you're the future type of thing to him. I forget exactly what Rojas said the Undertaker said the other day, but he told us it's like your time or something like that, and that's crazy. It's like a year ago. I thought it was a nice introduction, good way to open the show. 10-bell salute was nice. They did and like I said, they did the best they could with everything going on. And like I said, this crowd, I think they were in Louisville. Maybe if I'm wrong, someone tell me. St. Louis, am I wrong? Is it someone with a Lou in it? I don't even remember now where they were. But it was, people they want to be excited about a show they're at, but people are like in shock over this. And they're like, they're watching a show that is that it's a show and it's a wrestling show, and they came here for that and they're getting excited about it. But they're almost part of one of the biggest, not memorials. They're part of one of the biggest memorial services you'll ever be part of. I mean, that's what something like this is, or what it reminds you of. Louisville, Kentucky. There you go. That's why it was so terrible, because everybody complaining about Louisville. Yeah, isn't that Jim Cornette? So there you go, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's so you don't know. You're part of a memorial, essentially, a public, memorial to somebody. Like, legit, the guy just died the other day, and you're part of the memorial. But you're also part of a wrestling show. And so it's like, I can see why you'd wane back and forth a little bit with the crowd. So, yeah. A little bit Heath Ledger, yeah, maybe. I mean, just anything shocking where the guy, 1 second he's on top and he's doing something that you're getting ready to watch. Like with Bray, we're getting ready for him to return, and he's got all this stuff going on. He's back in the WWE. He's got this gimmick. He's got storylines going. What's next? And suddenly, just boom. It is in young too. I mean, Heath Ledger was young. That was crazy too. That was, I mean, it's just shocking. But I thought they did pretty good tonight with everything. Cody, wonderful talk about Terry. Good tribute videos were wonderful. Somebody was snapping those together quickly. So kudos to all the editors who had to dig through stuff, find things, and put them together in a certain way and whatever. Within a day's notice, 2 days' notice, 2 different wrestlers, packages that they're putting together on like short notice. Zelina Vega wore her favorite outfit tonight in her match. I know that I saw her on Twitch the other day talking about that's her favorite outfit. And that makes sense because she wore it when they were over seas there. And she got that big pop. And so that makes sense.
Authorities are urging people to provide verification efforts there.
Oh, I was trying to watch the little clip of something I missed, but it looks like they're already on to the news at this point. So, Anyway, we're on here for a little bit tonight. We could talk about just about anything tonight, man, because when I'm live on Friday nights, everybody knows that Friday nights used to be my like big night. I used to do the Monetize This show. We used to have big, huge nights here. And then when SmackDown moved to Fridays, that became a little weird because we did SmackDown and then Monetize This. But then my work schedule changed up a little bit, and I had to take on more work at regular work. And so we switched Monetize This to Saturday nights. So Friday nights I come on for a little bit and just kind of like let you guys steer the direction. But I basically, I just thought the packages were the best part. Just watching the clips, watching the highlights. That's what you wanted to see, and that's what you watched. And I thought the tributes with the chair and the shots, shooting things the way you would shoot it if you were there. Or, it was so bizarre because those shots and those angles and those theatrics are the exact theatrics that they would do if he was there. So to sort of, like, because it almost is part of the character, right? The way you shoot stuff, the lantern, the chair, some of the other props and things. It's like that's part of the character. That's part of it. And so in a weird way, you kind of saw him tonight. Like, so that was a very strange sort of thing. So it was very strange, man. I don't know. Yeah. Let's go to, let me see if, what Gerald Armstrong's got going on here.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
That's offensive.
Why called it a Terry Funk hardcore tag team match if you are only going to use a table at the very end of the match?
Yeah, I didn't really understand that, Gerald Armstrong. That's true. It's a Terry Funk hardcore tag match, and at the very end, somebody goes through a table. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know why they could have done. I feel like they could have done a lot more with that. I mean, they should have gone for a full-on Texas Terry death match. You know what I mean? But they probably don't want to say death match. You know what I mean? So they could have gone for a Terry Funk hardcore match. They could have said that. Let's have a Terry Funk hardcore match. How about that? Gerald Armstrong, good point. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, still feels kind of crazy. Still feels surreal. Big Merc, how you doing, Big Merc? How are you, sir? The Ghost from the Coast. Did Cody mention his dad in the tribute to Funk? I think so. That or I'm making up that he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, he was front and center in the beginning. Yeah, he was. Scott Novak said, I never met him but saw videos with him with fans. Soft-spoken, thoughtful. Yeah, there was a lot of videos of Bray. Bray had a lot of videos with him and fans and being really good to people. So, yeah, there was a lot of that. A lot of him just being very soft-spoken, easy to approach. He's very nice, it seemed like. And most people said that. Almost everybody. I've not heard one thing that's not like that ever. And even if you did, I mean, whatever. It's the. But I think they kept the matches the way they were from, you know what I'm saying? Street Profits had a match. Everybody had their matches. I don't think, somebody would have to let me know because I don't remember. I don't know. I don't think that too much was changed around or canceled. It seemed like they went along with all the matches the way that they intended to go with the matches for the most part. Maybe they dialed back some things and changed things a little bit, but it was, for the most part, this, they sort of integrated And this is what they've done with a lot of past tribute shows like this. I mean, perhaps LA Knight's match at the end wouldn't. I don't know. I don't remember if that was part of everything. But I just think that, for the most part, they just kind of integrated the tribute into the show the same way they would have done it with many other tributes that they've done. So, yeah, they stuck to that formula, which is like, okay, we're still going to give you the show that you kind of were here to see, that we advertised for the most part, but there's this added layer on top of it, obviously. So it doesn't feel too sad, I guess, and too terrible, because if they just spent all night long with, talking about Bray Wyatt and stuff all night, I mean, I think it was, who was it? Was it Eddie Guerrero, where all the wrestlers kind of like did a promo about him, like sat down at a chair like they were getting grilled, kind of, and they like cut these honest opinions about it. Might have been Eddie, I forget. They might have done it a couple times too, but I mean it was kind of hard, because even though it was nice and touching and stuff, it was like all of your favorite superstars were crying and telling stories about, I think, Eddie Guerrero. And it was crazy, because that's all you watched pretty much all night. I mean, there was a couple of matches and a couple of things, but it was just all night long with these promos, and they were sad. And I know that the equivalent of that tonight was instead of that, they went to the social media of the wrestlers. So they went to like the X Twitter tweets and Instagrams and whatever they're called now. I don't even know. So they went to those instead. Nightbot gets around. Terry Funk versus Lawler is in the empty arena match is still the greatest thing I ever saw as a kid. That is pretty cool, yeah. That is pretty cool. I watched I saw everybody sharing the Terry Funk ECW, the famous clip, where all the chairs get thrown into the ring, and it's still like, I remember back in the day just dying. I was laughing so hard, dude, because first I was like, this is crazy that all those chairs were coming into the ring, and I was like laughing, and I was like, this is nuts. But then like I started watching, and and it was just hilarious the way Terry Funk was reacting to the chairs. And then I think it was like years later, like 2007 or 2008. It was like early. It was fairly early YouTube, like 2007, 8, 9, something like that. The clip was on YouTube, and the clip on YouTube reminded me about the situation with the chairs that night, and him and Mick Foley. And I went, oh, you know what? I've got that on DVD. I'm going to go pull up my DVD. So I went and pulled out my DVD of that, and I plopped that in because I wanted to see it in high resolution, because those days on YouTube, obviously, it was like pixelated or something like that. And oh my God, dude, I was dying. I was like in hysterics watching that, because Terry Funk was, dodging all the chairs as they were coming in, like getting thrown into the ring, and he gets hit in the back of the head. Like, it was crazy. Guy gets waffled in the back of the head. Oh my God, dude, that cracked me up so bad. But I never forgot when I first saw it, when it happened. And the first time I saw it was somebody at school had gotten it, either had it on TV or pay-per-view or whatever it was, and they recorded it. So the next day at school, they brought in a few copies for other people. I think I had like maybe 2 copies, and everybody had to fight over who was going to get it first or whatever. So yeah, it was crazy. Always Nerdy is crying, of course, because that's what he does, right? Always crying, right? Always Nerdy. You cry, baby. That's all you ever do. That's all you ever do is cry. I don't know you should see a doctor at this point. You know what I mean, Nerdy? Like, you should see a doctor, bro. You really should. Go check into that. Pocket Aces, a lot of people mad at Denise Salad Tosser for asking about Bray to the Big Show. Well, you know what? I'll tell you right now. Denise Salad Tosser gets around, okay, bro? That chick sucks. Every time I hear her stupid voice, I turn off whatever it is. If I'm listening to a friend or somebody that I think is pretty good talking about wrestling, or if I'm listening to Dave Meltzer, and then that salad tossing fucking hooch comes on and she goes, "Hey guys," I turn it off, bro. I hate her. I don't care. She sucks. And basically just comes on the air and just repeats bullshit that it doesn't say anything. She just wants a job being a robot like all those other robot women behind the stage. That's all she wants to do. She sucks. She saps off Sackface and everybody else. Hey, can I be on your YouTube channel? Can I be on your... Oh, I got some of your audience? Thanks. Okay, now bye. I'm going to go to the next person. Oh, can I get some of your audience? She's garbage. All she knows how to do is be like, look at my titties, put me on your YouTube channel so I can steal some of your subs for 6 months, and then I'm going to leave and then do it again to somebody else, unless you pay me, and then I'll stay. She sucks. Sorry. Can't stand her voice, can't stand her. She adds nothing. All she does is read the news. She literally just reads the news and pretends to be a reporter. She sucks. Sorry. There's my opinion on that. But yeah, I don't know about her, why people are mad at her for asking the Big Show or whatever. I don't. Who cares? I don't know why people would be mad at her for asking the Big Show question. I don't know. Did he answer it? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Matt Coughlin. Yeah, the Owen Hart tribute show was Owen Hart. I mean, I really remember those. I remember Owen Hart. I remember Benoit. I remember Guerrero. I'll remember Brody Lee, and I'll remember this. There's got to be somebody I might be leaving out, but those are all the tribute shows I can vividly kind of remember for the most part. Except I couldn't remember like time they all sat down in the chairs and said their 2 cents, and they were like 50 people said something, throughout the night. So it was a crazy time. Even the Big Show was annoyed with her. She sucks. Wow, okay, so the Big Show was mad. So where is this? Well, at least maybe some people are now starting to see that she really just kind of sucks. But what did she do? So she asked the Big Show. Thanks for subbing, Bobby. Yeah, you can super chat. Super chats are on if you want to. They're down there. You know how to do that. Become a member. You get the icon badges. And, of course, the Streamlabs is linked to the top of the chat, as always. Oh, my God. The Pats just blew it. Let me see. Patriots are blowing it left and right, guys. Even though it's preseason. It's still pissing me off. Where is the clip? Did I have the clip? I thought I did. Oh, here it is. Well, I want to welcome the new patrons on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Shout out to all the $25 producers on Patreon, but also shout out to the new patrons last couple of days. Bradley, thank you for becoming a $5 patron. And the truth shall set you free has become a $5 patron as well on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you so much. I don't know, I hate her. I almost don't want to watch it. Where is it? I don't like. Can I watch the video of it somewhere? I can't even find it. God, I can't stand her. Maybe I'm just jealous because I've been doing this for 10 years, 11 years. And all she has to do is be like, wrestling. and like, that's all she has to do. Maybe that's what it is.
Last night, we did have some breaking news. That was very unfortunate, Paul. Yeah. And so I do want to ask you, because I know that you got to wrestle Bray Wyatt a whole lot. I just kind of wanted to get your, some of your memories, some of your favorite memories when you think of Bray.
I know this is part of the job. It hasn't set in yet, I'll be honest. It really hasn't set in.
I mean, that's what everybody is saying, because it's like, I can't even believe this is real, so I can't even answer that question, I feel like.
Bray was an incredible talent, just an incredible human. The thing that I remember the most, will remember the most, is just every time he saw me, it was a big hug and a big smile and that laugh, and just the positive energy that he had, that he created around him, was so special and so unique. Obviously, it doesn't feel real.
I agree. It doesn't feel real, man. That's exactly what I've been saying, and I don't even know him like Paul White, Big Show does. So I don't understand what's so... listen, I know that I just said that I find her annoying and stupid and whatever, but what's wrong with her? I don't understand what's so bad about that. I don't see Paul White getting upset at her. He's upset because Bray Wyatt's dead. That's why he's upset. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I don't really have anything to criticize. She's a reporter person. She actually did try to do a reporter job for once. She usually doesn't. She usually just repeats stupid crap and blows everybody. That's usually what she does. So she asked a pertinent question. I don't really see it, man. I don't see the big problem with that. So even though I don't care for her, what's wrong with her? I don't get it. I don't even see. The Big Show's not even upset at her. Didn't people say that the Big Show was mad? He didn't sound mad. He's mad that Bray Wyatt's gone and it doesn't feel real. I don't want to answer this question right now because whatever. But that's not. I don't know. I find nothing wrong with what she did. I don't understand. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he smelled her. Maybe he smelled her from the corner.
New subscriber. You fucking mark!
Yo, Burn It Down Media has subscribed to the channel. What's up, Burn It Down? How you doing? Thank you to Gerald Armstrong earlier who donated $9. Gerald Armstrong, why call it Terry Funk Hardcore match? That still is boggling my mind. I know. I don't know. They just wanted to give the guy a tribute. Probably just should have.
It's my birthday.
I don't know.
So you became a member.
Arushin Chu. Arushin Chu. Arushin Chu, 36 months as a member. Arushin Chu. Thank you, Aru. You beast of a man, you. You are a beast of a man. You need a hug, Aru. I will hug you so hardcore your eyeballs will burst. Be unbelievable. The San Francisco 49ers strike first against the Chargers. Sorry, I just happen to have the football in the background as well. Let's I got a blank screen on. That's great. Who wants to look at a black screen, everybody? Look at that. Yeah, Rowan has got to be the most scared man in the world right now. That guy's going to be sweating for years. SmackDown's over. Good tributes. I really thought the Bray Wyatt stuff was very eerie. Very, very eerie because it really, that again, those shots were like his character was there because they were part of his entrance, part of his character, and they were put out there, and it was very surreal and eerie to see that. And I think that it was weirder. It wasn't as impactful tonight only because this just happened yesterday. And again, like Paul White said in that little interview with Denise Salad Tosser, it just happened. It doesn't feel real, and because of that, it's like it's not hitting you yet.
You fucking mark!
Dante, thank you for subbing to the channel, Dante. What's going on? And so like if this had happened on Sunday or Monday, and then it had built to Friday night. Say this happened Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, you would have had all Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it would have started really setting in. You know what I mean? And then by Friday, it would have really set in. In fact, I think people would have been bawling if that were the case, because you'd have all week for it to set in and think about it kind of, and then to see the tribute on Friday, you would probably be bawling. As opposed to right now, I'm more in kind of a shock, a disbelief still, staring at, like, looking at the TV screen like oh. It's just like it doesn't fully resonate, man. I actually turned off my channel that I was watching. I was just kind of browsing Twitter when I saw the game. So I actually don't know. But I know Rampage is probably on now. I know the Patriots are getting slapped now. They did put in all their backups of their backups. But I mean, so did Tennessee, but the Patriots backups are bad. Bro, it's going to be a rough year, it looks like. That offensive line for the Pats looks fugly. Fugly. The NFL Network is carrying it, though. But looking at Rampage, I mean, it's already been taped, I believe. So, right, if I look at it right, did Rampage do something at the beginning? They probably said something, I'm assuming. I mean, but they would have had to they would have had to edit it in, because they did. Yeah, they did do something. At the beginning, they put a graphic up. But, yeah, they really didn't have time. I'm sure a lot of the wrestlers were, I don't know. It's probably good they have another day, because they're going out there to do that all in, and so many people are probably I mean, again, it blows my mind, man. The guy is my wife's age. He was my wife's age. So that's what that's the really good graphic too. So they did get something out there for him. But again, I think, like we said, it was taped. It was a taped Rampage. P.S. Carnivore, OG in the house. I could have done without that awfully poorly looped thank you, Bray chants. Did they do that? Yeah, it's crazy. They were singing at the beginning. That was good. LA Knight turned that awkward feeling the night into gold with the Bray promo. Yeah, I think LA Knight really did a good job. He really had the Stone Cold sort of spot. Although Stone Cold really didn't do too much. You remember when Owen Hart died, Stone Cold came out and kind of just clanged the beers and drank beers for Owen in the ring. That's what he did. He came out and he drank some beers for Owen. But it was on LA Knight to say things. So he did a really good job of getting that together and saying it. And he probably, he knew Bray Wyatt, no doubt, but probably one of the lesser acquaintances, I feel like. But I could be wrong. They could have turned into best friends behind the scenes. I didn't know. But, out of everybody that I think about, a lot of the people there, it's like, LA Knight was a little bit newer to the scene, But, yeah, did a good job. I completely forgot about China. Prince died back to back. That's right. I did forget about that. I remember them dying around the same time, but I remember being worried about China. I remember we were doing videos and China was going to come on the show, and we were talking to China on her channel when she had her YouTube channel, and she was doing very bizarre stuff, and we were like worried about her. We were saying it on the air, we were showing her videos, and we were like, man, I'm really concerned about her. And it was like 2 weeks later, that she that happened, that they found her and everything. And it hadn't been that long before too that Vince Russo did the whole interview with her too. That also went on. Yeah, the video package were unbelievable, and I just thought the shots of the light, the lantern, and the eeriness of that was, but it was so nice and well done, and it really made it feel like he was there. It really felt like he was there, man, because of that. Like, those theatrics are a part of, so much a part of the character. That it felt very, like, it felt so authentic. Like, you could get Bray's character over to me. Like, you could get it over by just those shots and the music and the shot of the lantern and the chair, and that's how you really have like something special, man. That stuff worked on me tonight. I was like, wow. Like, it was very strong. It was remember when The Undertaker left his boots in the middle of the ring, that WrestleMania, where we thought he was retiring at that WrestleMania? When he left his boots in the ring at that WrestleMania, I think it was, he left his hat and his gloves or something and everything. I remember that night, guy. I was a mess. I was a mess, man. And that guy was just retiring. So, yeah, I really think about his kids. I know Seth Rollins, made a video about him earlier today. We can play some of that. Seth Rollins, I think he made it on his Instagram. Might have been his Twitter. Maybe it was Twitter. He probably tried to make this video about 70 times. But the poor guy's in shock like the rest of us, let alone people that knew him like Seth. I don't blame him here for trying to get through it. But beautiful stuff by WWE. We'll get to that in just a second. Dante, thanks for subbing. Arushin Chu, thank you for being a member for 36 months. Burn It Down, thanks for subbing. And Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the $9. And everybody else. Probably go to do some other stuff in a little bit. Yeah, WrestleMania 33. That's what it was. I don't remember. We'll look it up. We'll laugh at my reaction. Jericho talked about it too. Yeah, Jericho was funny because the fans. Jericho was trying to tell a story about Bray Wyatt. Kind of. It sounded like he was going to get into it, and the fans just took over singing. And he was like, "All right, you want to sing? Okay." I don't know. It was kind of like I was going to say something, guys. It's funny. I saw that earlier today too. We'll play that in a minute.
Truth is, I still don't really know what to say.
No one's in the state right now to be able to deal with this. What are you going to say? It's so just, what? It's not real.
Wyndham was a unique cat. He was simple yet deeply complex individual, and I loved him. I loved working with him, but mostly I just loved being around him. He was always joyful. Just these eyes that drew you in, and a smile and a laugh and a presence that just made you happy. And
You raised a piece of shit!
Oh,
Hey, what up? Just wanted to say people should go back and watch Fiend vs Randy Orton Inferno match at TLC 2020. One of his best final matches. It's sad that was also the night we found out Larry Funk had passed.
Wow.
Now 3 years later Terry Funk is gone.
That's crazy. Wyatt is a legend. That's crazy. We'll have to look that up. I can't believe you ruined that unbelievably powerful Seth Rollins speech that was just happening. I should have had the donations pause. I'm sorry. Oh my God, scared the hell out of me. Wyatt is a legend. Go back and watch the Fiend vs Orton Inferno match. Yeah. I think I remember we loved that match, dude. We loved that match. That was so crazy. Remember on air? Oh my God, the shots we had of that match and everything. It was unbelievable. We loved it. I remember just talking about it here. I didn't know what thumbnail to pick. It was so much crazy stuff. Anyway, let's go back to the. We really had a moment going on.
we're all going to miss that. I've been thinking mostly about his family.
Pause it this time.
His kids. And I wanted to go. I don't know, wanted was the right word. I thought about going to Smackdown tonight, but that would entail leaving my family a day early, and I just keep going back to the conversation I had with Wyndham on the phone when Brody passed a few years ago. And, I just had called him to check on him, to see how he was doing. And he, we talked, and he was okay, and I was okay, and neither of us were really okay. But I just remember him, we ended the conversation with I love yous and goodbyes, and he said, I remember this very specifically, he said, you just go hug on that baby girl. Talking about my daughter. And so I just feel like that's what I should be doing. So, Wyndham, love you, man. I will miss you. We will all miss you. And I'll see you down the road, hot boy.
Well, that was rough, but yeah, that's very nice commentary from Seth. It might be probably the best conveyed comment from anybody that I've heard so far in regards to Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt. That donation scared me, Grouch. I got to be honest, bro. That scared me. Now you can donate. I turned the donations back on. Now you can do it. But my bad for not having it paused. But yeah, I thought it was a good really good tribute, and I think that if we were in a better state to process it, we would be able to process it. I'm not one of those people, man, that, you know, holds wrestling companies, like, you know, to the fire about how did they tribute somebody. I see people all the time, you know, this tribute, it better be good. It's like, what? That's fucking bizarre to me. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people say that. I just find that strange, you know? I mean, yeah, I mean, unless the company, like, really shits on something, you know, really drops the ball bad, I mean, I don't know how you can sit, you know, there's people grading them. This is like, you know, it's bizarre. They did the best they could with integrating a tragedy into the show. Everybody's in shock. And I thought what they did was really, really good. It's a different feel than the Brody one in a way, but not in a bad way or good way or anything like that. It's just, but it felt like a really well done tribute. I thought it was really good. And I think that the WWE maintained a balance, like we said, that they usually do a pretty good job of. So yeah, I know, rating the shows and being a, you know, I mean, what else? You know, what are you gonna do? Rowan right there, though. Poor Rowan. Somebody make sure Rowan's okay. That guy's gonna be paranoid for years. I talked about well, we'll talk.
You raised a piece of shit.
Oh shit.
That picture of his baby climbing on the title belt got me bad. Law Knight tastefully used the rub from Bray like it was supposed to be originally. Very well done SmackDown if you ask me.
Yeah, also very honest, because LA Knight kind of was like putting over the fact that, you know, Bray Wyatt is why I'm here. He's not wrong, because you guys remember, because of his rivalry with Bray Wyatt, now, I don't remember, guys. You can tell me, maybe, I don't know. But in my opinion, it was a mini Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin situation. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to compare it to that. But when Bray Wyatt and LA Knight locked up, Bray Wyatt had just come back, and they were trying to, I think, get Bray Wyatt over as kind of the big face. And LA Knight was the heel. But and this is also has gotten me upset. Those two, for whatever reason, had really good chemistry. I thought they had really good chemistry together, like a Mankind Undertaker type of thing almost, and a Goldust sort of type of thing with Mankind. It just had they had chemistry that was like classic WWE type of chemistry. And what ended up happening was Bray Wyatt ended up becoming the heel and really kind of helping LA Knight shine. Do you know what I mean? When LA Knight would face somebody else after that, it wasn't as good. And it was like, no, I wanted to root for LA Knight over Bray at that point. And it was because Bray was doing what he was doing. And, you know, LA Knight was sort of being allowed to flourish, and I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't think it was on purpose, you know, but the point being that that was the point where I was all into LA Knight again. You know, I had been into him for a while back in the day when he was in TNA, when he was doing Eli Drake. I was enjoying him then when we talked about it, back when Impact Wrestling had kind of like a pretty good little all-star roster going, you know, between EC3, Eli Drake, I think Cody Rhodes came in later, but then before that, Matt Hardy and everybody, and just all these guys were doing this funny stuff and good stuff. The Rosemary and her group, I mean, there was so many people. But Eli Drake, it was like, man, this guy's got the mic skill. He's like The Rock and Austin combined in some kind of like new type of thing. Like he could really be something. And you can go back and watch those videos years and years ago. We talked about it. Just like you can go back and watch when I first started my channel, one of the first things we talked about was the Wyatts. And it was how they were getting a lot of people back into wrestling again. Like one of my first co-hosts, Chris Tosevich, who's in the chat right now, I think, if that's really him. It could be a fake account, but either way, he's probably him. We talked about that last night. Last night, God, we had 78,000 views last night. Unfortunately, it had to happen because somebody passed away. It was awful. But that guy came back to wrestling and started becoming my co-host at the time because of the Wyatts and because of Bray Wyatt. And so many people were coming back to wrestling because of stuff like that at the time. Not in as big a way as when Cena launched and brought all these kids back into it and whatever. But, yeah, we played the clip last night of Chris Tosevich and me first having this discussion about the Wyatts. And I liked it, and I was into it, and I was like, this is kind of a throwback thing, which is good. But then there was a part of me that wasn't sold on it yet, and so I played devil's advocate quite a bit and was like, no, I don't know, man, if it's going to work. I don't know, dude. And Chris was like, it's got to work, man. And then I was like, you know what? I think you're right. And it took me a little bit. But he brought so many people back into wrestling. And that's when my channel started. And so I really, really, really think of those times. And Bray Wyatt's been here, and that character in some ways been here since I launched this channel for the most part. So it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazily. It was hard, man. It's hard but again, the power of that character and just taking shots of a rocking chair and lanterns and things like that, for that to get me and that to work, and it feels like any minute he's going to come out because it's that recognizable, it's that impactful. That's when you realize, man, we don't even. I think we did realize how good he was and could be, but it's a huge loss creatively to the wrestling world. It's a huge loss for his family and his kids. And it's obviously a huge loss to everybody that just loved the guy. And it's crazy, again, to think that him and Brody are both gone. Like, it is just friggin' crazy. Let's hear from Chris Jericho the other night at the Fozzy concert. A little bit awkward because the crowd started taking it over, but he was like happy to have it.
We lost a great brother last.
That Seth Rollins clip though was huge. That was really one of the most wildest responses I've heard so far.
So thanks to Wyndham, thanks to you guys for remembering him, and we dedicate this show tonight, and I dedicate this show on Sunday to the memory of the late great Wyndham Rotunda. Now let's keep the fucking party going, because that's what Wyndham would want.
Crazy. Yeah, so that was pretty cool, man. The crowd started singing it, and then he was like, okay, well, I was going to tell a story, but I guess, okay.
I worked with him all over the world. I think we even worked here. If not in London, we worked in the UK. Everywhere else, you guys can sing.
I mean, kind of weird. Chris Jericho was going to, Jericho was gonna tell a story about him, and then the crowd was like, we're just gonna sing, and he's like, all right, nobody wants to hear me, fuck it.
If not in London, we worked in the UK, everywhere else. You guys can sing. So thanks to Wyndham, thanks to you guys for remembering him, and we dedicate this show tonight, and I dedicate this show on Sunday to the memory of the late great Wyndham Rotunda.
I don't think they were ever going to end that song. I think Jericho had to cut them off. I think they were going to continue. I don't think they would have stopped because I kept thinking they were going to wrap it up with the whole world in his hands, but they didn't. They were just like, nope, we got the whole world in his hands. We got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. It was like they broke the record was broken. Did you guys realize that? Like, so Chris Jericho realized that. He's like, okay, it's supposed to end right here. It didn't. Okay, I'm going to wait. And then, okay, it didn't. Supposed to end right here. Okay, it didn't. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, could end right here. Nope, it didn't. It just like they weren't going to stop singing it. So Jericho had to just be like, anyway, thank you. Let me cut them off. We've only got 5 more minutes here. That was just funny to me. But and so like I loved it. I loved the tribute. I love the fans, man, giving tribute to him. Yeah, the rocking chair broke me, dude. Really made me like. Drunk UK bastards, says Alex Holy. Oh my God, bro. And then Jericho's still trying to sell the pay-per-view too. Incredible stuff. Wish I had a shot of the rocking chair I could throw up on the screen again or whatever, because there was a couple of good, really good shots. It was just beautifully done. Like I said, it felt like he could walk out there at any moment. That's how powerful that, that's how powerful his character and entrance and stuff really was. You may not have realized that when you see them just do the entrance shots, and it kind of gets you there. So, Mustafa, how you doing, man? Tosevich, Chris Tosevich, my former co-host, original co-host on this show. He's in the chat. Crazy. P.S. Carnivore's here. A lot of OGs. Chris Tosevich says, a story from NXT before Bray Wyatt was popular enough to have a WWE truck. He used to cart that rocking chair around in his pickup truck by himself just to keep the gimmick. That's funny. Imagine driving that in the pickup every show with the rocking chair. That's crazy, man. Yo, Josh, how you doing? Band is cringing. Well, they don't know, what to do. The fans are singing some weird song. They don't know. I thought Seth Rollins was atheist. Why would he say "see you down the road"? Is he really an atheist? I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's why he said "see you down the road," because what the fuck does that mean? He doesn't know what he's trying not to bawl and make a video. I mean, I don't know what I believe in, but I hope we're all like energy and light, and we go beyond somewhere later on. And when you become like your soul or whatever happens, you sort of like suddenly you're one with the universe of light again, and you're like, oh yeah, that was just a little stop on the way of existence of being eternal being, you know? Or maybe nothing. That would be scary. So, I don't know. But I don't know. I didn't stop to look at Seth Rollins' religious beliefs. I don't know. Let's go to the donations because before I fucking pass out.
Shit bum.
Stadium Stampede is in Fight Forever now.
Yes, Alex Oli, thank you, man. We played Fight Forever a bunch, and it's really a funny game. It's not the best wrestling, grappling, real wrestling game, but it's fun as like a stupid arcade game. And I feel, and I said this back then when I found out about it, that Stadium Stampede is probably going to be the best thing to come to the game because it's going to be chaotic and nuts and crazy. So I really am excited to play that. I really am looking forward to Stadium Stampede because I think it will be good. I think it will be fun and funny and maybe full of glitches and just goofy stuff is going to go down on Stadium Stampede. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What up, Josh? Sky is 10 now. She was 1 when I first found you on her birthday. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, Josh, how you doing, man? That's wild, man. I know, it's crazy, dude. I think my son was 3 years old or something, right? 10, 11. Yeah. My son was 3 years old when I started this channel. And then we had another kid, and then we had another kid. Now my son's 13, my daughter's 9, and my youngest son is 7. You got a haircut the other day. I want to say thank you guys for supporting my channel for all these years too, man, and all the people that have been coming back last couple of days to say hi, and a lot of people coming back just to be like, I can't believe what's going on. And yeah, it's shocking and it's just sad, bro. It's like you don't believe it. That's why I get the wrestlers don't believe it because I don't believe it. So that's crazy, bro. Time is flying by. The Bear 1322 is in the chat. Hey guys, how you been? What's up, Johnny? What's up, big ones? Yeah, dude, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough couple of years, but we're still doing the show. It's good to see you, man. It's been good to see everybody else too, man. I really, really, really appreciate it and seeing everybody. It's been awesome. I'm gonna play the rest of the donations in a second, but yeah, it's been good to see everybody. It's been crazy, man. Obviously, like I'm like a Netflix show. You know what I mean? 2017, 18, 19, and 20. 4 years we had a fucking run on this show that was unbelievable. It allowed me to do full-time streams. I was full-time YouTuber for 4 years, 5 years. It was awesome. We had a crazy run. But yeah, since having to go back to work full-time, it's just been that I don't stream the same day. So yeah, I stream Wednesday nights AEW. Thursday, we don't always do a show. Friday, I come on for a second, usually for a little bit like this. Saturday night is Monetize This. So tomorrow night, guys, I hope to see you here tomorrow night, Saturday night, for Monetize This. It's episode 424. 424 episodes of Monetize This. Then Sunday is All In the middle of the day. That's going to be crazy. So Sunday, big show. We know about that. I'm going to shout out the producers in a minute. $25 producers on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show in just a minute. But let's go to the donations and see what other people are saying. Oh, somebody scissor me for Bray Wyatt.
Just scissor me. Scissor me. Scissor me. Scissor me, daddy. Daddy is scissor me. All I want you to do is scissor me. All I want you to do is scissor me. All I want you to do is scissor me. All I want you to do is scissor me.
I think think wrestlers didn't even wrestle either, they just did a tribute for Wyatt. 4-leaf clover, 4-leaf clover.
Oh, thank you, Allison. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. But you know what? They did wrestle. They did wrestle tonight, Allison. I mean, they weren't, nobody was out there trying to, get hurt or anything. But no, they went out there and wrestled.
Basketball dance off the concrete.
They wrestled tonight.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
Thank you.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Hey Joe.
Hey.
I was wondering what you or anyone thought Wyatt's most creepy moment as any of his characters was in his career. There was the time at Mania 33 Wyatt vs. Orton where a screen started projecting little bugs and insects onto the ring. That was wild. Yeah, you know what? That was kind of creepy. That was creepy. I think we even said that night. I was like, yo, that was kind of that was, dude, bugs freaked me out. That freaked me out. That was freaky. I will say that. That was pretty freaky. I think I really thought it was cool when he was just when he got the mask and he was putting the mask on and he was just saying stuff like the yowie wowie stuff with the mask on, with it looking all just gross and stuff. I thought that was pretty good. I also so I think the mask, when he started talking in that dark voice, it's like a maniacal Satan clown, but it was freaky, man. So that was freaky. The bugs was freaky, yeah. And I think the Inferno match was one of the coolest things, though. That was really cool. And I would say that the match where he won the title in Saudi Arabia, right, or the one where Seth beat him for the title, wasn't that match pretty good too? I'd go back and watch that again. But the door, when he returned recently, when they had the door, something about a door is scary to me. Kind of gives me anxiety, gives everybody anxiety. So when they had the door and the light shining throughout the sides and the corners from the other side, giving that weird, scary dimension vibe, that was kind of weird too. But yeah, no, I just think his original gimmick, just the idea of this backwoods, whacked out Charles Manson type of crazy, hillbilly that could do anything. That sort of vibe that he had in the beginning, that is probably as scary as anything originally. The idea of them in that woodshed or whatever, Sister Abigail, and the weird weapon, knives and saws behind them, things like that. Those were just enough. All that sort of shit mixed in. The last week's episode of Monetize This should be back up soon. Probably tomorrow or Sunday I'll have it back up. What up, Dan Delhanty? How you doing, man? Did you see Stabbing Westward yet, bro? I think Stabbing Westward's playing in New York coming up September 8th or something. So, are you going to that? You said you might not be going to that. I forget, man. I forget where you were going. You should go to that.
Shit bum.
R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. Fuck Vince for not pushing Wyatt and Mo letting Jim have full control over his character. May God kill Vince soon and may Triple H take over and make a hard reset. Amen. Hashtag fuck Saints View #fuck JDS cat.
Pretty much agree with some of that. Shout out to Mirov, long-time donator, long-time OG. The man himself, Mirov. I mean, I don't want anybody else to die. I don't want anybody else to go. But I get the frustration. Mirov, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. Shout out to Mirov, man. Just a 100% savage bastard is Mirov. The Trillist is in the chat. He said, surprised they didn't show Wyatt and Broken Matt Hardy segment. Yeah, that was funny. I saw that on Twitter. Did you send that to me? Multiple people said it. Multiple people sent me that clip. and I was watching it earlier and I was laughing, bro. That was pretty funny. And it was funny too because when you watched Bo and the Henning, was it Kurt Hennings? Was it the Axe? Was it Axel? I don't remember. Curtis Axel. I mixed all his family members up into his name just now, but whatever. He's in the back with him, and it's funny because they called themselves the B Team, and they so felt like it when they panned back to the ring, and you saw Bray Wyatt in the ring and Matt Hardy. You're like, wow. When you see those guys do that, but then you pan over to Matt Hardy and Bray, you're like, damn, those guys are these mega superstars. They feel so much bigger, and whatever. That was the goal, obviously, so whatever, but it's just kind of interesting to look at that. It was sad. It was a sad day when it'll be a sad day when Undertaker died. Jesus, I don't want to think about that. I'm already sad enough. What are you doing to me? Shout out to the $25 producers, the Ghosts from the Coast, John Wood, Brian Jardine, Alan Stober, Snarkbait, Colonel Starters, Dion Edwards, TVO, James Beggs, Sith Negan, Nikki J, The Weed God, Drew Bar 100, Matt Ross, Meyer, and Alex O'Donnell. Thank you all for being the $25 producers on Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, where if you wanted to hear all my episodes of the Corrupted podcast, all the classic episodes of Corrupted, all the other episodes of Morning Madness, and so many other things, me and my podcast with my wife, my podcast with me and my mom, all the podcasts with my wife, Jesse and me, and Jesse and Jake and me and everybody else. It's all on Patreon. Thousands of episodes. Download them right now. Become a patron. All the songs, all the same, whatever goofy shit we've ever done. It's not on YouTube, most of it. Thousands of downloadable things, playable things on Patreon and the Patreon app. If you become a patron, shout out to the $25 patron producers, though, right there. Without them, I'd be homeless. Hogan and Taker may live forever. You're probably right, Josh. You're probably right. Hogan and Taker may live forever. You know, I think Hogan and Taker should have another match. Let's do it. Screw it. Put them in the ring for friggin' charity. Why not? Imagine putting Hogan and Undertaker back in the ring again. Imagine that, bro. Undertaker and Hogan get in the ring in a geriatrics match right now. Who doesn't want to see that? I know I do. I mean, it would be slow. You know, it would be weird. It'd be slow and weird and, you know. Yeah, maybe it'd be a little hard to watch, but remember Hogan was really trying to come back. I think Hogan was really trying to come back for a match. Remember that? It seems like all that talk has gone down. You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, I think one of the most liked things that I did on Twitter today was I wrote, "I suck at Twitter." And that seemingly got lots of likes and stuff. So, you know, sometimes honesty just works on Twitter. You know, you just, at some point, you just got to say, you know what? I suck at Twitter. Sometimes you just got to say that. I think that is the real Tosevich. Yeah. What's up, Chris? What's up, baby? I don't know about that. I think we've been... Bobby's like, people are hitting me up to play play video games with me. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I got work in the morning. I got work really early in the morning, bro. I wish I didn't. Spectral Citizen says Hogan and Taker a hospice fight. You know, I mean, that's what it would look like if they did do that. Hulk just said that he wants retirement match. No, he didn't just say that, did he? Did he really just say that now? Are you serious? After all that, now Hogan, so he's back onto it again, trying to come out of retirement. You know what'd be funny? You know what'd be great? Is if they built up Hogan's return match. Hulk Hogan stepping into the ring again for the first time, like in how many years, and all these things, and they build it up, and they build it up, and he's going to face Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they build it up, and they build it up, and he comes into the ring. You know, the entrance takes 10 years. It takes like 50 years for Hogan to get to the ring. They play the song like 3 times. They play the song 3 times. And then, you know, and by the time he finally gets in the ring, then he rips the shirt off. And then the shirt, underneath the shirt is another shirt. He rips the first shirt he rips off is red. Then the one underneath it is yellow. And then he goes, well, wait a minute, there's another one. And then he goes, and he does it, and so he goes, wait, I got another shirt. And then he goes like this, and the crowd's like, ah, and he's like, huh? He's like, you want me to rip this one too? Yeah, rip the next one, rip that. He rips it again. He rips another T-shirt off, and then and Stone Cold's just outside the ring watching this or whatever, and so then you know, Stone Cold gets in the ring, and finally, whatever, and the bell rings. The bell's about to ring. The bell doesn't ring yet. Then they stare at each other, and then the crowd's roaring, and everybody's nuts, and it's kind of like The Rock and Hulk Hogan, but not as good, but close. And the crowd's just going nuts, and people can't believe it. And then Hogan starts to hulk up and walk around the ring like he does, and then Stone Cold's all ready, and he's ready to go, and whatever else. And then Hogan tells the referee really quickly, hey, man, go fix the thing. I threw it over there. And the ref's like, where? What, over here? And then Hogan pokes Stone Cold in the eye. And Austin's like, God damn it. And then Hogan punches him in the throat and punches him in the balls or something like that. And then Hogan's like, and then the crowd's cheering for him. And then Stone Cold just stuns him and wins. There you go. You get a 10-minute entrance. You got 1,000,000 minutes of everything else. Then Hogan goes, like, tries to be heel, and then he loses. He gets stunned. That's it. Stunner, it's over. And Stone Cold beats Hulk Hogan. Who else wants to lose to Hogan? You know what I mean? It doesn't take much. Hogan didn't even have that many moves anyway, right? He just needs to punch. If he can lift his leg, boot a guy. Could he drop a leg? And you know what? You know what's really crazy, guys? In about 30 years, if we're all still here, which based on all the heart attacks, COVID, and everything else that's going on to us, and based on the way the governments are and the world is right now, we're not going to be here in 30 years, or what is here is going to be fucking bizarre. But we could, in 30 years, in 15, even fuck 30 years, in 10 years, 15 years, 10, 15 years, we will be able to, and you guys know this, this is crazy. But think about YouTube or channels or the internet or what's going to happen. Because what's going to happen is people, it's already happening now. People are going to create AI stuff and an engine, right? Think about the Unreal Engine 7 million, right? Unreal Engine 7 million mixed with Chat GPT, mixed with a couple of other little programs, and you type in, simulate a wrestling match between Hulk Hogan and this guy. And then you upload all the likeness, and the chat thing goes blah, 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 blah. And you'll just watch a match, and they will look almost real. Like, it will look damn near real. Like, you could say, simulate a wrestling match at WrestleMania 8 between Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin, in which Hulk Hogan wins at the end and Stone Cold is bleeding. And it will just spit out a match. And you'll be watching it like a cinematic thing. And you'll be like, this is crazy. Like, this is nuts. And you'll be able to see it. But it's not even just like a video game, right? Like we can watch it in a video game, right? We turn on a video game, put the two characters against each other, let the game simulate it, and that's pretty close to what I just said, right? But this will be like, it will look like the real world in the game, right? So, hell, maybe even the computer AI that does it will use the video game to generate it. I don't know. But, you know, crazy stuff will happen. Unreal 5 is already using AI. That's crazy. And with holograms, Keith Blanchett, that's a great point. Think about in real life. Think about in real life, you go to an arena and you sit in an arena and they put a real ring out there and two hologram wrestlers wrestle. And it looks real. I mean, like, I don't know. That shit could be doing it. The stuff that they'll do is crazy. Alexa Bliss couldn't get there in time tonight, so she made a video. Yes.
I don't know that one.
Shut up, Alexa. I'm not talking to you, you fucking robot fuck. Yeah. Be quiet. Bray was younger than me. Yeah, dude. It's like he's younger than a lot of us. I mean, shit, I'm 39, so I'm going to be 40. I mean, Bray's my wife's age. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Rocky Balboa style. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Joe, are you a Maple Leafs fan? Oh, my God, bro. Do I have to hurt you? Josh, do I have to hurt you, Josh? Josh, don't make me hurt you, dude. You gonna mess with me like that? Don't mess with me, Josh. Josh thinks I'm a Maple Leafs fan. I'm jumping off a cliff. Well, it's not as bad as if he had said, are you a Montreal Canadiens fan? That would have been bad. Like, we would have had problems, you know, if he thought I was a Montreal fan. So, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Because, of course, I am a Boston Bruins fan. Let's go. We got to kill someone this season. We got to bring the heat to the ice and melt it up the Northeast in America and in Canada. By God, it's a hat trick for Marchand. I'm sorry. That was fun, though, right? I mean, it was kind of fun. Original sixes, though, right? Original sixes. So that's pretty good. What's wrong with us? Original six teams, though, so it's all good. Hey, Mirov, how come you changed your name? Why are you on a different account? What happened to your other... Are you in here in your other account, bro? How you been, dude? How you been, Mirov?
Yo.
Oh, shit, it's Gritty!
This is Philly, in this city. We so gritty, in this city. Yeah, we so gritty, in this city. In Philly, yo, we might eat our own shitty. In this city, we're so gritty. In Philly, yeah, gritty. In Philly, we might eat our own shitty. In Philly, we're gritty. Yo, this whole city, we're gritty. Yo, we might eat our own shitty. Yeah, eat our own shitty. In the city of Philly, we eat shitty. We're gritty as can be. We can survive off our motherfucking own feces. In Philly, we're gritty. In Philly, we're gritty. This whole city, we'll eat our own shitty. In Philly, that's why our mascot looks like a crazy ass fuck turd. What the fuck is up? In Philly, yo, we're gritty. In Philly.
RIP Boston Bruins for losing their top 2 centers. Hashtag me Youngs Titas. Hash Trump 2024. Hash DeSantis 2024. Hash Joe of Spunk 2024.
God damn, Mirov. How you doing, Mirov? I don't think DeSantis is doing anything. He got kind of raped in that debate the other night by Vivek. Yeah, the Bruins are in trouble. The Bruins are in trouble, Mirov. I don't know what we're gonna do. I was really pumped about Lucic coming back, man, a little bit. I was like, all right, it's too late. I wanted Lucic to come back last season because I felt like we needed some physical presence. But now it's like, okay, with Bergeron and everybody's gone, and Krejci's gone, Bergeron's gone. It's like, okay, but now we got Lucic at least. So, but what? Like, I'm glad to see Lucic back because I have his jersey, so I don't have to buy a new jersey. So that's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I think we're in trouble. We had such an amazing season last year, and then we took a dump as soon as the playoffs started. They wasted everything on the season. It was crazy. I'm voting for Nikki. Gabriella is voting for Nikki. She was pretty clear-headed the other day, I thought a little bit. Oh. I think everybody's nuts. I think I'm going to run. I'm going to run, brother. It's going to be crazy. Joe, when are you going to completely destroy the Yankees since they suck at baseball right now? Yeah, the Red Sox are on a little bit of a run, and the Yankees are kind of sub 500 right now. So that's pretty good for us over here. A lot of my Yankees friends are the ones that have been telling me about how bad the Yankees are because I've been like, yeah, they're not doing very well, but they're like, no, Joe, you don't understand, bro. Like, they're pissed. Like, I mean, I was mad about the Red Sox this season. I was like, well, we're gonna suck. But the Yankees, my friends, they're Yankees fans, are like, nah, dude, you don't understand right now. Like, this is really like, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it is pretty bad. I thought we were gonna have a season like the Yankees, but it looks like no, the Yankees are they're really tanking it right now. Cup coming back to New York City, kicking it with Roy. That wouldn't be the worst for the Rangers, I guess. We played NHL the other night, Lord Cosmo. You were here for that, weren't you, Cosmo? What about the Red Wings? When I was a kid, the Red Wings were besides the Boston Bruins, when I was a kid, for some reason, I liked the Red Wings a lot. So probably because of that team they had back then, when I was a kid. When I was a kid, bro, it was great. The Bruins had Bork and Cam Neely and everybody. And the Red Wings had Sergei Fedorov and Cicerelli and Paul Coffey and just this great group of people. But I haven't gone to a Red Sox game in a while. I'm so busy now and poor that I probably will never I'll probably never go to a Red Sox game again, bro. Well, I guess you could go. If I really, really wanted to go, you could, $20 tickets or something. I don't know. I'm lost right now. I'll be honest, man. I'm all over the place. I just panic. Every day I wake up and I'm in panic. Like, that's what I do. I don't know, man. You don't want to ask me how. I don't know. I wake up every day and I'm in a panic. I'm probably going to, I probably have, who knows? Every day, bro. It's every day, bro. Yeah, I can try to take some calls. I could have gone to the Discord. I guess I could try to take some calls. Tomorrow night we'll be monetized this, so I hope you guys join us here. We're gonna probably go back to being psychos. So tomorrow night, be ready for the ruthlessness of monetize this. It's not really a wrestling show. It's a anything goes shock type of show. So you may just be ready for that. Tomorrow night will probably be pretty savage. So if you are prepared for that, welcome to the show. But if you are somebody who gets offended easily, then tomorrow night's monetize this probably won't be for you. So, and with everything going on, man, I'm just ready to unleash insanity. You know what I mean? I'm ready for some live strippers. Okay. Dan Delahanty says the Red Wings is what turned me gay. No lie. Yeah, probably, dude. That team was sexy. I'm seriously, dude. Sergei Fedorov's eyes. You ever look at his eyes, bro? You ever look at Sergei Fedorov's eyes? That team, bro, they had a bunch of like Nordic-looking guys. No wonder you're gay, Dan. That is what happened. I'm giving UPS as a package handler a second chance. Wish me luck. Good luck, Adam Cruz. Hey, they got their money finally. Dude, I worked a little while with UPS. That place was awful. Like, they just did not give a shit. And people were treated like shit. It was crazy. Crazy. Lindstrom. Yeah, Lindstrom, not Lindros. I kept thinking of Lindros, and I'm like, it wasn't Lindros. Who was it that they had? It was Lindstrom, yeah. Mark Lindstrom, Dino Cicerelli, Fedorov, Paul Coffey, Yzerman, Steve Yzerman. I almost forgot him, too. Yzerman. Bro, Yzerman, come on. That team was loaded back then. It was nuts. They had Hasek for a while. Later on, after that team left, when the ending years of Chris Osgood, right? Those were more 99 to 2000s, but I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but I could go into, like, that shit was crazy. Yeah, the good old morning panic attacks. Yeah. The only thing that gives me panic attacks is, you know, people being sick and dying. You know, that pretty much bothers me a lot. And money. Money and that. Like, I start getting this, like, rush of, like, oh boy, you know what I mean? Like, I get that with, like, I was thinking about my dog, Melly, who died last year. You know, my dog, I thought about my dog. I start getting all panicky and, like, sad and crazy, and I start freaking out. That freaks me out.
Fucking Mark!
And I could still beat up you, Seth Rollins. Herbal Lights, thank you for subbing. Yeah, that gives me anxiety, but I think the money thing does too. The reason why that does it is because I think about my family and the kids, and everybody relies on me, and I've got to make it happen. And you know, it's like right now, what is it, the 25th? So I owe the electric bill. So like right now, I start thinking like, okay, like we're, you know what I mean, like, and then they tell we're gonna shut it off in like 5 days, and so you're like, oh shit, I've got like 5 days to figure that out. You know, so I start getting really antsy and panicky and freaking like, and then like, you know, YouTube gets a copyright strike, and then I can't go live for a day or something, and then at work maybe I don't make any good sales that week, so I'm gonna miss my bonus or something, and so then and then like you've got to do more work because of that, so then you don't sleep at all, and then it just starts spiraling into fucking insanity. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. But 2000, I'll tell you what, bro. I like, and this is, everyone's dealing with this right now. That's why the whole world's jacked up right now. So everybody's freaking out everywhere because everybody's screwed. Dude, groceries are insane. Like, it's like I'm sitting there trying to figure out like what the fuck do I do? Like, okay, do we get eggs? Maybe we'll get eggs next week. We have 7 eggs, but we eat a lot of eggs, so I should get eggs again. But like then I can't get the milk. And we don't have any milk, but we have eggs. So let's get the milk. So I get the milk instead of the eggs. It's just like, dude, what the fuck is going on in the world right now? I don't know how, you single parents out there, I feel horrific for you. I don't know what to do. I wish I could be 17 different guys so I could grab a couple of single women and take care of them. Like, I don't know. And single men. Take care of the men. There's a lot of men out there need taken care of. Right, guys? You know who you are. Sorry, I don't know. But yeah, it's just fucking crazy. Anyway, yeah, we all got the panic going on. But yeah, this ain't going to help Bray Wyatt tonight. And Terry Funk, man, I talked about it the other night, but Terry Funk, like I said the other night, Terry Funk's ability to, you know, to just kind of like change over the years and stay on the scene. Like Japan hardcore matches, you know, ECW, WCW. the independent, not independent, but regional areas where he went and wrestled, wherever it was at the time, the territories. The guy wrestled the territories the way he wanted to. The guy went to New Japan, or rather Japan, and wrestled the way he wanted to. The guy went to ECW, a company that was practically like made for him, and he had a blast there. Then he went up to WWE during the height of the Attitude Era, or the beginning of the height of the Attitude Era.
And look at his look!
Oh my God! Look at his look!
Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, he looks like a crook. Look at him, look like he
Look at his look, how he looks!
That he looks, look what he looks like a crook. I'm coming for you, crook in the nook. I'm coming for you, I look like a crook.
And look at his look! How he looks!
Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, you get shook. Look at his look, you getting shook. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, he looks like a crook. Look at his look, you getting kinda shook. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, you get shook.
Yo, someone has to keep watch on Rowan and Braun. They shouldn't be alone. The fuck is Theo's conspiracy? Both Wyatts died and now there are only two of them left. Rowan and Braun should be built to be tag team champions.
Rowan and Braun should be built to be tag team champions. I mean, I could see what you're saying, that they could. These guys would form a team. You know, that would be up to them, right? Like if they were like, hey, you know, Triple H, Vince, we really want to do this like tribute to Bray. We really want to keep his presence alive. We want to do this tribute. It really means a lot to us. Could we do this tag team run, you know, type of thing? And they called themselves like, I don't know, they called themselves something. The Wyatts, the Buzzards, whatever. And they did some kind of tag team. And at the beginning of every match or in the entrance, it was like the rocking chair was up on the top of the stage and they looked out to the chair as if like they were being commanded or something by Bray beyond the, you know, whatever. Yeah, that could be something that could be done. But it would have to come from them. You know, it'd be strange for Triple H or somebody to say, here's what we want you guys to do. Like, it's like, that's weird. You know, I feel like that's strange. But if they were like really motivated to do that, and they were like, yeah, we want to do that, and we want to sell merch, and we want all the merch to go to Bray's family, that would be pretty cool. You know, we want to do this run for a year or two in memory of him, and we want all the merch to go to his family, something like that. Just be a symbol or whatever. If they wanted to do that, that'd be great for them, and I'd say yes to that. But if you know, but it really can't come from the office or from a creative writer or somebody. It's got to come from those guys wanted to do that. I don't even think Rowan isn't in the company technically, right? They just invited him the other day because he's not signed. Does anybody know? I don't even know. Alexa could still do something too. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know if they really want to do that and focus on something like that for a guy. You know, I don't know. But, you know, potentially that's something that could be done. Mirov, OG of the show. Look at his look, how he looks. Thank you, Mirov, for the look at his look, how he looks. Yeah, somebody asked me the other night what that is. Anthony says, I can't imagine buying groceries for a family, just me and my dog. I'm spending $300 a week. Jesus. That's a lot. Yeah, it's pretty insane, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. I actually, you can actually get food stamps. You should check out food stamps because you might be able to get them. I actually can't. I just missed the cutoff. But I'm working so much, it's crazy, bro. I work so much. I make too much. I work all over the place. But yeah, it's nuts. I totally get it, bro. I can see that you don't have groceries or that you don't have a lot of groceries. People are like picking through things. It's just crazy. I wish that I could become I wish I was smarter. I would run for president, but I'd be canceled in 2 seconds. They'd be like, no, I don't think so. They'd be like, you're an idiot. Get out of here. Imagine me, bro. I'd be killed. I'd probably like fall down. I'd probably like fall off Air Force One and fall 50 feet to my death on the first week. You still owe me to play NHL. Mirov, we're supposed to play NHL? There's a new NHL coming out, but I don't know if I'll ever play that. I remember his tribute 2006 where he passed away from cancer at 42. Yeah, it's awful, man. It's so bad. There's so many people sick and hurt and losing people, and all of us are like dealing with stuff. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of loss, a lot of stuff, and we're dealing with a lot of loss at very tough times. Do you know what I mean? It's weird because when things are going really well, and the world was more normal-ish, to lose somebody was rough, but when everything felt more stable, you were like, this is terrible and this is awful and I'm sad and that's all I can think about. But a lot of the world felt fairly stable around you, even though your world felt like it was falling apart. But right now, I feel like there's a lot of things happening to people and we're losing people, and the world is also feels unstable, very unstable. So losing people is like very tough, very scary, because the world is so unstable. When your life is unstable and everyone else is panicking about all kinds of different things all over the place, you just get twisted into a bigger panic. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not a ton of people that are able to say everything's going to be all right. There's a lot of other people that are like, everything's fucked. You're dealing with something terrible happening to you. Meanwhile, everybody's talking about everything's fucked, and you're like, holy shit. It's crazy. So, and everything's expensive, and you're wondering how things are going to work out and whatever else. It's unbelievable. Alex Strong, thank you, bro. I wish you were Vince so you could hire me, Alex. That'd be great. Yeah, when I was a kid, man, I thought by now I'd be. I always had that. When they say manifest something, it will come true. It kind of did, because when I was younger, I envisioned many things. You envision a bunch of delusional stuff. I'm gonna be a rock star. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. But only when you act on it can you put that vision to truth, right? But you've got to act on it hard, and you've got to go. And although I was in many bands, a lot of bands. We played shows, we played live, we played places, we played cover songs, but you have to really, really want it and really go hard and then be really good at it too. And if you do all that, you might make it. You can manifest it, And when I was younger, I would I would really be like, I'm going to be on the radio. I'm going to be when he dies, I'm going to take over as the new Howard Stern. I'm going to be the new guy that makes everybody laugh. We're going to do bits and crazy. It's going to be nuts. I can't wait to have a radio show. Or I'm going to be a commentator for wrestling. Those are the things, or sports. I didn't know what sport, but some sport. I'm going to be the voice of a team, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be great, and that's going to be my life. I'm going to love it. Thought maybe reporter too, but I went, no, that's not for me. But sports talk, some kind of radio commentary, I envisioned it. I constantly worked at it. You know what I mean? I did this stuff since I was 10 years old. I have the tapes. We've played the tapes on the show. So if you want to do something, you just have to manifest it and push it and then be good at it as well, but also never give up on it. And you'll just be doing something. I mean, who knew that it would be sitting in front of YouTube doing a YouTube show? But, hey, 4 years of a full-time YouTube show, 7 years of a part-time YouTube show, it manifested itself in some way. Didn't work out 100%. I thought I'd be on TV doing it, but it's okay. And I thought maybe, Sirius Satellite Radio somewhere. But, YouTube, I manifested it. I did do commentary for many wrestling companies, and I've done voiceovers for some games and some things that have happened. Nothing crazy, but little things. And so in a way, it did. I manifested it to the best that I could, I guess, so far. So it does happen one way or the other. So if you envision yourself being a Chippendales stripper, hey, you may not make it to Chippendales, but you may find yourself at a private party in California, in Van Nuys somewhere, in front of a couple of old creepy guys who like guys who are shaved, dancing around and stroking it, playing with your nipples and letting them touch your body for $12,000 an hour. And you say to yourself, well, wasn't Chippendales, but it was close. You know? I don't know what we're talking about now. I would manifest hooking up with Sonny, says Retro Gaming. It might be finally my time. Well, if you want to manifest, okay, you can manifest this, Retro Gaming. Here's what you do. All you have to do is transition to trans. Become a trans woman, Retro Gaming. So number one, become a trans woman, kill somebody, or severely injure people, go to jail, and make sure you do it in the area where Sonny is, and get put in jail with Sonny. And if you get put in jail with Sonny, there you go. There's your chance. There's your shot. In the shower room with Sonny. You can take out that beef stick and put it in there. You know? I mean, that's a sick thought, but, I mean, you want to manifest that? There's some steps you can take to try to make it happen. I would encourage against it for the innocent people that you could hurt trying to get there, but, hey, man, you do you. You know? I mean, yeah, you'll be kind of like mocking all the real trans women and you'll be faking it, but, you know, whatever. Anything to get to Sonny, you know? Gabriella's a trans woman, see, so she could make it happen right now. She could manifest that Sonny fantasy. Sunny days. You know what, too? Don't go too far because she's probably in a pretty, like a medium security prison or like a lower medium one because it was like manslaughter. Like she wasn't out to really do something, but she was negligent that it ended up doing it. So she could be in a lower security thing. So you don't want to do something too crazy because you want to do something that's so soft that when you get put in the jail, you're in a minimum, very low prison, and you're like, shit, she's in a little bit higher security. I'm in a very not like low. So then you gotta hurt somebody in prison. Like you've got to go after somebody to cause a fight to where they transfer you to the higher end prison, because that way there's still somewhere to go up. There's a way to go up. But what you don't want is to overdo it and then be put in a maximum security. You'll never see her then, you know, unless she does something nuts in her prison. So you've eliminated all your... See, we're really thinking about this, folks. Like, what other show delivers this type of thought? None.
Some reason I miss, some reason I miss, some reason I miss phoning you from a phone booth. I miss phone booths, I miss phone booths, I miss phoning you from a fucking phone booth. I miss phone booths, I miss phoning you, I miss phoning you from a fucking phone booth.
WTF happens to BO Dallas? Hashtag NHL24 will suck.
Mirov, thank you for the $7. Man, I hope not. You think NHL's going to suck? That would suck. I hope not. Jesus, I hope not. I don't know, man. Bo Dallas, I mean, they'll probably... I don't know. Hopefully they think of something for him to do because he had such a great FCW NXT run, Bo Dallas did, that we thought Bo Dallas was going to come up on the main roster and really be like a top mid-card guy. Like we thought he was kind of going to be like a Double J Intercontinental Champion type. And it just never played out like that. That never happened. Allison. Good night, Allison. We love you. You learn a lot when you're a JCS viewer. PS Carnivore, thanks. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys, because I got to get up really early, actually. I got to get up very early, and it's actually really late. Yeah, it's actually really late. I should actually be in bed right now, almost asleep. So I will catch you guys tomorrow night for Monetize This. Be here for that. It's going to be crazy. Probably going to be savage. We'll see what happens. And thank you all for stopping by, hanging out. And thanks to everybody for commenting. Hope you guys can hit the like button on your way out. And rest in peace to Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. Unbelievably sad situation. Shocking. Still doesn't feel right or real. And I just feel bad for everybody, man. It's very sad. You know? I'll catch you guys tomorrow night for Monetize This. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting my channel all week. All the people that subscribed. We had 600-700 subscribers last night. That's pretty crazy. Not really good that it came because of this, but welcome to the show, man. Welcome to all the new people. And shout out to all the OGs who showed up. Thank you guys for dropping your opinions, saying what you want to say. You guys can follow all my YouTube channels. I have a lot of them if you want to. If you want to hear my gaming stuff, my gaming channel is Evil Spectrum 3. It might be linked below in the description. I'm not sure, though. Evil Spectrum 3 for my gaming channel. A lot of Diablo 3, Diablo 4 stuff over there. PUBG, Diablo, Halo, I don't know. My alternate channel, Corrupted Podcast with the C, not those other guys. You got to look for me on the video. Somebody stole our fucking name. Corrupted Nation, I think it is now. If you want to get political with the crazy political stuff, Shame on News is my sort of savage political channel, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Shame on News. And then, of course, Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. If you're into Star Trek, I have a Star Trek channel. Do a lot of Star Trek. Star Trek Late Night is that channel. Yeah, got a whole bunch of stuff going on. But this is the main one, and this is the mainstay. And that's about it. Everybody stay safe. Hug your loved ones. Hug your friends. Hug everybody. Don't leave people hanging on a bad note because you never know what could happen. When my father died when I was 8 years old, thank God, when I was 8 years old, I begged my mother to stay in the bed that night. My mom said, no, you're going in your bed. Don't do that. My mother was a sweetheart. I love my mother, but she was like, nope, not tonight. You're going in your bed. And my father was like, why don't you let him sleep in here with us tonight? And I got to hop into bed with my parents. I hadn't slept in the bed in a little while. I'd been sleeping in my bed. I was 8 years old. I was 8, you know. But and he said, let him sleep in the bed with us tonight, you know. And my mom was like, all right. And I slept in bed with my parents. And I'm pretty sure we went to bed to Star Trek: The Next Generation, followed by like reruns of like maybe Three's Company, All in the Family, and then MASH or something. Like it was like the rotation. And I mean, I did wake up to my father, you know, my father dying essentially, or being dead, really. My mom shaking him and stuff like that. It was crazy. But like, even though that sucked, and I ran to call, like, my mother had already called 911. I didn't know that. I ran to call anyway. But I was happy that I got to, like, spend that time, you know, in bed with them and laying down. So, falling asleep, I fell asleep in the bed. So, I'm so glad it wasn't like, screw you, Dad, for not letting me sleep in the bed. I hate you both. And then I went to bed. That would be, can you imagine how that would haunt me, haunt somebody forever? So, like, even if I ever say that, like, if I ever yell at if I'm ever upset at somebody, like, I really, at home, like, if I got in a fight or an argument with Leah about something, but we don't really fight like that, so that really doesn't happen. But, like, if my kid says something even if my kid does it to me and they're like, I hate you for this reason, Dad, you should blah, 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 I seek them out fairly quickly to, like, do something to change the vibe. Into like, okay, you're going to bed tonight? Well, I'm not letting you go to bed like that. And I don't know, bro. Listen, stuff happens, and just because you went to bed or the last thing you did with someone was angry doesn't mean that represents everything. Like, the world isn't over because of that. But you will regret it, and you will have problems trying to get through that. So I really, really encourage always trying to, make up or make it happy. Look, I'm mad at you about this and that, but give me a hug and let's talk about something else. It's crazy, bro. It's cool that you met Bray, Gabriella. A lot of people met Bray too. They loved him, man. Yo, Dan, good night, brother. Go see Stabbing Westward. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow night for Monetize This late night. I'm pumped. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, bro. And to Terry Funk.
and throw it all away. When things break, things shatter, keep it written on your face. The little details matter. Only in me. I am the coil, I am the spring. Only in me. I am the ghost in the machine.